You have taken some qualification in women empowerment.
Yes, sir, very recently.
You are a very young aspirant. Suppose you get into the civil services at this very attempt, and you reaches the trainings. And in the academy, you feel that everybody is being very polite to you since you're very young. You're being kid-gloved in the entire training thing. And you're being patronized by not only your teachers, the trainers there, but even your colleagues who may be 8 years, 10 years senior to you in age. How will you handle this situation when you're not getting equal footing even in your training or in course of your civil services practice?
So being kid-gloved, as you said, or being treated as such would not be, in my opinion, an appropriate way to handle or behave to a person. So, sir, I'll try to put forward this to whoever people I feel have been behaving with me in that manner, and I'll try to bring forth those capacities and capabilities in me.
But they're being extra nice. How can you say don't be extra nice to me? They're not harassing you. They're not being rude to you. They're just being extra nice. So and it is obviously affecting your personality development over there, Abhay.
So that's what I will try to convince them, that it is good for my own personal growth that I be treated equally at par with all the other candidates. I'll make sure that I convey that to them.
You're basically a Marathi staying in Madhya Pradesh. Recently, Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister, when in the very first week, said that outsiders should not be claiming the jobs and opportunities in Madhya Pradesh. Obviously, he was not referring to Marathis as such, but Maharashtra is also guilty of similar behavior for the similar people. What is your take on this? Should this our land, our jobs, this protectionism have any place in federalism like ours?
I don't think so, sir. Every state has its own cultural traditions and own customs. But this does not mean that we deter other people from coming and participating in the employment or the education sector. I believe in the longer term, the politicians have to, and the government together has to move forward in creating employment and ensuring education facilities to all, so that we cannot transfer the blame of this on some other person who is migrating for his own reasons.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Deshmukh. So you have done chemical engineering, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you know what is plasma?
So plasma is a fourth state of matter.
Okay, and why it is important nowadays?
So one application of plasma that comes to my mind is the water filtration, wherein plasma technique is useful. So I'll read on that.
Okay, no issue. And you are interested in yoga and meditation?
Yes, sir.
Do you know about Vipassana?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me something about that?
So Vipassana is a special technique, so to say, of meditation, wherein they have a routine of 7 to 10 days. It's like a camp or a shivir which Vipassana organizers do. In that, they make us experience the different reactions that our body produces when we feel in certain ways. So when we think or feel in certain ways, our body reacts to it. This particular interface is targeted in Vipassana, and it is tried to make us understand our bodies and our minds better.
Have you gone to any such camps?
No, sir, I have not been.
Not yet. Okay, fine. What are your service preferences?
So the Indian Administrative Service, then the Indian Police Services, Indian Revenue Service Income Tax, Indian Revenue Service Customs, and Indian Railway Traffic Service.
Okay, let me put you in a situation. Let's say you are an IPS officer, and in your city there are two immediate situations which arises. One is that there is a girls' college where some goons are basically planning to do acid attack. It is certain that they will do it because they have done it before also. And at the other part of the city, there is a mob lynching which is being planned. That is also certain. Now you are there, and if you have to give a preference to one such incident where you will place yourself, then what would it be? Where you would like to go?
So both the incidents in hand are really serious. The acid attack is abhorrent and deplorable, to say the least. And mob lynching can have a very deep impact. It can disturb the communal harmony or other such harmony of the social setting. Even if I'm not physically present in one particular area, I'll make sure that adequate steps are taken. Like in the girls' college, I'll make sure that
you would go. I mean, you cannot be present at the both situation at the same time. So what will be your preference? You can send your subordinate, but where you will place yourself?
So I'll take turns to visit both the places. But
first, where you will go first?
So that would be dependent on the, so to say, the time of...
I mean, both the things are happening at the same time. You cannot time it.
So I'll go to a place where my personal presence can make a greater difference.
That
will depend on the operational... so I'll go to the place of mob lynching. Because
Why?
I believe that in the case of acid attack, I can ensure that the subordinates can cordon off the area and take all the girls to a safer place. That is a task which is doable by a force and a subordinate who's responsible. In the area of mob lynching, I believe my personal presence can make a better difference.
What kind of difference it will make?
So first of all, I'll make sure that if the people should not be on the streets or so to say in the run.
No, that is a corrective measure you will take. What kind of difference it will make by your presence?
So proper communication and...
Okay, fine. One more thing I have to ask. What is nanomaterials? What are nanomaterials?
Nanomaterials are the kind of materials in very recently discovered material technology whose thickness is around 10 to the power minus 9 meters.
Is there any application of it which is there in a present life?
Yes,
any
sir.
nanomaterial? Can you give example of?
So scientists are working on the applications. There is a nanomaterial in which a very thin layer, like I mentioned, just 10 to the power minus 9, that much thick layer could become a conductor, or with certain modifications it could become an insulator. So this can have a lot of applications in the space technology on the very first run.
Okay, fine.
Srishti, tell me, why is India keen on building libraries in Afghanistan when there are more serious issues?
So at this point in time, India has not committed itself to direct defense intervention. So we are working on the social sector front, where we can empower or support the education sector of Afghanistan, and libraries are a step in that direction. So.
Okay. Are you aware that India has actually built any library in Afghanistan?
So I'm aware of a library as well as the parliament building that we have built for Afghanistan.
Why is India not keen to talk with Taliban directly, though it is participating in non-official talks?
Sir, I'll read on that.
Okay. President Trump is following an America First policy. What implications does it have for India?
So India has good trade relations with America. We have a trade surplus with America. So in that case, if America First policy is adopted, then it can have an adverse impact on the Indian exports. And secondly, with regard to the visa, sir, as well as the service exports, even our IT professionals can suffer a setback if this America First policy is implemented.
Okay. What do you know about this VYAPM? What is VYAPM?
So VYAPM is the State Professional Board for Professional Examinations.
Why has it been in news?
So it has been in news, unfortunately, for the very wrong reasons, that there were reports of irregularities, and in the case of examination, there were irregularities that the proper candidate who should be there in the examination hall was not there, and somebody else was substituting for it.
Okay, this reservation of women in parliament, that bill has been pending for a long time, and there has also been demand from certain quarters that there should be quota within quota. What is your view?
So looking at the present state of reservation and how it has panned out, a lot of factors show that the real people who need or require the reservation are not getting it. So a quota within a quota where we can reach, for example in the women, we can reach the poorest of the poor women and the women who belong to the very lower castes, that could be a greater benefit.
So
and
you
a
support
better
this
one.
quota within quota concept.
Yes, sir.
And what is your view on the reservation provided to general category? Is it a right step, or is it a step in the direction of making reservation ineffective by providing it to everybody?
Sir, the movement of reservation from being caste-based to income-based is a positive one, but as the implementation has taken 8 lakh as the ceiling. That, in my mind, sir, covers the entire country, around 98% by recent surveys.
So don't you think
So
it is
the
a good step
effectiveness-
to make it ineffective or to actually wipe out reservation in the long run?
So I think this will entrench reservation more, because no politician would risk the factor of removing reservation. So
Okay, you are coming from Madhya Pradesh, and if you have to tell somebody to have a very protein-rich diet, what would you recommend coming from Madhya Pradesh?
So I'll recommend a special millet, kodo and kudki, which are very a tribal variety of millet, but very rich.
And if somebody is non-vegetarian, then?
So I'll recommend Kadaknath.
Okay,
chicken.
thank you, sir.
We are from Habibganj. Habibganj station, there is much talked about station. What is so special about it? Railway station.
Habibganj has been selected for the modernization in a private-public partnership by the Bansal Group, and it will be one of the first stations in the country to be developed in such a manner.
What is this world-class station?
So, world-class station, by the very word, we mean to match the international infrastructure. We also plan to have shopping complexes within the premises of the railway station, proper parking facilities, and proper services for the people who are traveling.
So, one last question to you. I am giving a hypothetical situation.
All right, sir.
You are already a member of Indian Administrative Service. You are in a working post. You are known for your honesty and integrity, and people speak very good of you, about your fairness, about your balanced decisions, about your neutrality, everything, all good things about you. During the course of your work, you find that your subordinates start speaking about your family members. Somebody in your family is taking advantage of your position to make money in your name. How will you deal with this situation? And that person is so close to you, if you confront him or her directly, probably your family relationship will be greatly affected. How will you deal with this situation?
Sir, I have 2 situations in hand in this case. The first is that my professional image is at stake. I have, like you said, that it is that I have been working honestly. So I need to make sure that this image continues. Other side, as you said, that the family member is close to me. But I will make sure that I talk to the family member, however close it is, and try to make him understand this fact that no advantage should be taken in my name whatsoever.
But if he or she doesn't understand?
No, sir, I'll try to convince the person, and in case if the things really go out of control, I will also take some action, whichever suits lawfully.
Okay, thank you very much, Srishti. Your interview is over.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.